I want to give you a comparison of some knife sharpeners that I've received from the brands. And what I want to keep showing you are this electric one, which is a little bit larger. It has a cable you plug in, of course, and it does have your coarse, your fine, and your polishing side for your knives. And we're going to go through each one. This one here, a little bit smaller. If it has the same thing, your coarse and your fine for sharpening, but only two of these here. But this one has, of course, you can sharpen your scissors if you need that. And this is a little plug you plug in the back, so everything's a little bit smaller. And the other one is using a little grinder, and where you can set your different angles for your knife, which is great. And then you just roll it across the knife. And there's this little magnet here, so it stays right to, knife stays right there as you grind it back and forth. And that is a nice thing to have. And having the different angles, you want to sharpen your knife down to 10 degrees all the way up to 30 degrees, really depending on the knife you're trying to get to, what you're trying to sharpen up here. Each of these that I have gone through and tested out, they do sharpen the knives. These electric knife sharpeners are great if you're just sharpening your knives up and you want to keep it nice and great, like one of these knives. You're not really too care about the angle, and this is probably using about a 15-degree cut, and that does a great job. And all you really do is just slide it through this way for each one, and it will sharpen your knife for you. And this one's the same way. It's smaller, so it's easier to store, where you have your coarse and your fine, whereas this one here, it has more of a fine and a polishing side included on it. So depending on what you're trying to get through. And this one does have the one for your scissors. So yeah, this I've done great. If you need scissors, then definitely look at a knife sharpener for that. But we're gonna go through here sharpening this knife. This knife is a little dull. And so it's been used and it's time to get sharpened up here. And we're gonna go sharpen each one up here, kind of go through the process, see what it looks like, and see how they do. So of course, plugging it in and turning it on, we're gonna go through the coarse. Of course, you want to make sure you do the same amount of times on each one you do for the coarse, fine, and polishing. So make sure you keep it equal. So if you do 4 passes, you're gonna do 4 passes on the other side, so everything keeps balanced. And we'll finish it with the polishing. That way it's removing all the little shaving. And that's it. And what's nice, this actually has rubber feet on all these, so they'll keep it stable to your table and not move around. And this does come off, so you can unscrew it from the bottom. You also have your metal shavings are at the bottom here, so they're all kept here, so you can clean all this off when it's done. And you can actually replace this cartridge here with a new one from them. So you unscrew it, pull it out, put a new one in, and you're ready to go. So you don't need to go buy a whole new knife sharpener. This one here, the same way. We're going to get this one put up here and go through it and even sharpen a pair of scissors. So we're going to do this one and just show the process, and then here's the scissors we're going to be sharpening as well because they're a little dull. They haven't been sharpened in a while, so you want to make sure you sharpen the cutting side. If you have a pair of scissors where it's rough, then you can only sharpen one side on your scissors. It's a little bit louder than the other one, but this one has 2. We're going to do a coarse and a fine, and it kind of tells you we're going to pull the knife this way because the arrows tell you which way the directions. And it's again same equal number of sides. That's it. That's how you do this one, and you get it through. You want to do your scissors on the cutting side. So again, we're going to be the same way, pulling the scissors through this way, and we'll be sharpening it up. And that's it for the scissors. So yeah, so that's a nice little thing about this one. It includes the scissors, so if you need to do your knife and your scissors, I do like this function, which I really enjoyed, and it's great getting your scissors nice and sharpened, especially if those that have been a little dulled or nicked up here. It does a great job at fixing that on your scissors, which I had a pair, which was that way. So now, comparing the rolling, and just I like this as well too. Let's see how this works. So using this rolling disc to sharpen your knife is pretty simple. You just put your knife right here to the angle and you roll it back and forth. This is very nice. This, what I like about this, you can set your different angles, and this is where it becomes critical depending on your knife that you're sharpening, because each knife, you know, what your purpose of being used for, you do need to set it for a different angle. So like this little knife, 15 degrees. If I'm trying to do more of a knife that requires a 30 degree, depending on like something like this. Of course, this here, I do have to use something, sit on top of something, because I need to get to the blade, because it sits too high, you can tell it's not going to sit on the ground flush. So I need to get it out of box. So, just be aware of using one of these discs here versus a electric sharpener. This is simple to pull through for like a butcher knife or cleaver knife purpose. So let's get this knife sharpened up, and we're setting it to a 15 degree. And setting it up here, and taking the coarse side first, and back and forth. Again, same number of sides. Of course, this is nice. You just flip it around, and there you go. When you're done, go to the polishing side and polish it up. And that is really it for using that. And this is something I really enjoy more because it has the different degrees. Both of them, all of them work fine. All of them will sharpen your knife blade and keep it sharp. And that's really what I want. This one here, if I need to be sharpened. So we're gonna get this one sharpened up using the electric knife sharpeners. But yeah, I mean, if I had to pick one myself, depending on the function, what I'm trying to do, I would probably go with more of one of these, just because I have the different angles I can choose for my knife, and I have the polishing, and just more roll it back and forth. And I can still use it for this butcher knife. I just have to set it on a box, just, the roller on a box, so I can roll it evenly back and forth. So yeah, depending on what you need and what you're trying to look for, definitely be aware of that and know your knives. So hopefully you'll check them out, and all of them are worth the purchase and worth grabbing.